9 3-pointers against the Bears.
One of the big things that Kansas needs to do in this game is rebound. They've got to help David McCormick inside and
Sounds like a noisy small crowd in Lawrence tonight. Kansas comes in 17-8 on the season, ranked 17th. And right now, Joe Lenard. Kansas typically will switch a lot on the perimeter. And again, Baylor's got so many different guys who can hurt you in their backcourt. Thamba with a 12-footer. But
little floppy set for Davion Mitchell, but Jalen Wilson right there on the catch.
But yeah,
I think Bill Self in these red uniforms honoring the 1952 Kansas National Championship team that Dean Smith played on for Fog Allen. I think he's got to be his spot, but his base is wider now. He's much better at holding position and holding that spot. Another really good job to get an angle.
Another missed three.
And that's usually a rebound on the offensive end that Jonathan Chachua would come up with, but he didn't look like himself on.
From Joey Brackets, with 7 Big 12 teams all appearing to be comfortably in the field. Oklahoma State moved up from an 8 at the start of the day to a 7.
It didn't look like he had any legs on that offensive rebound opportunity, and certainly not making excuses for Baylor. Just didn't look like him. But Kansas, another great defensive stop. Actually a mid-range player, and coming off a very good game against Texas. He had 11 points, went 5 for 6 from the field.
Yeah, 11 points, his conference high. Great feed, and Thamba with a flush. But you and I have been fortunate enough to do so many games there. When they've got 16,300 in there pre-COVID, and hopefully try to remain undefeated. They've got a busy week ahead of them because of their COVID pause. They've got a few rescheduled games. Again, Kansas is done with their conference games, added a game against UTEP.
And he can really drill it. Talk about when you have your feet set. He is automatic. Used to play for the Presbyterian Blue Hose.
That's right. A 7-0 run for the Bears and a turnover and a Mitchell 3
for Baylor, playing harder at both ends of the floor.
Boy, a lot of Garrett dribbling, looking for somebody to pass to. Finds Wilson from the baseline.
So difficult to get the shot you want against Baylor with their length and versatility on defense. How about a critical cut by Maceo Teague? Boy, how about that screen by McCormick?
And then how about that pass from McCormick and a chance for a three-point play.
Away some of their effectiveness.
Including some guys who come off the bench like Flagler and Meyer. A lot of dribbling by Teague on this.
4 years of college, and he'll be all league every year in 2 separate leagues. Really amazing.
Yeah, first team All Big South twice, second team All Big 12.
McCormick, because he can roll a smaller defender down into the post. But there's a lot of defensive versatility on this Baylor team.
Garrett going right at Chamois, of Bill Self's favorite players that he has coached at Kansas over the years. I mean, just a great teammate, a winner, as Vital lays it in.
Any assignment, and he goes after it and does it well. I mean, I remember last year when Devon Dotson was out, he had to take over the point at Oklahoma and had a great game.
First-round picks as it stands now, and both tough-minded guards who play both ends of the floor. I think Mitchell has improved as any player in the country, really, when you look at two-point percentage improved.
Mike Schmidt's ESPN NBA draft analyst. You know what nobody's ever said about us, Jay? Our maturity is very impressive. Nobody comes on TV and talks about
discussing the pro prospects. Flo Thamba has had a big impact in the last few plays, and getting that second foul. Now he picks up a foul that I'm saying it on a block on that drive by Marcus.
Joe Lenardi. If you're wondering about some bubble teams who had good days, Xavier with a big win over Creighton today. We talked about North Carolina. They beat Florida State.
What a nice job in transition by both Mitchell and Teague to stop the ball and then switch that play.
But then Garrett keeps going, and he lays it in with the left hand to extend the lead.
Want to lose? Nobody does. But you don't have to hang on to an undefeated season like it's made of platinum or something. He's 0-0 once the bubble event starts in Indianapolis.
That last foul was on David McCormick, his third. He stays in the game, at least for now. Well, other people have told me it's my job to build up your confidence, because it appears that sometimes you
job defensively on that possession, especially on Jared Butler. They've not let Jared Butler breathe in this game.
Wilson with a turnaround, and Jalen Wilson gets it back to an 8-point lead. You know that you're going to get an honest night's work from Mitch Lightfoot, and That's why he is being welcomed back for a 6th year next year. Chamwa in between. Okay, that was funny. Or no, you crossed the line right now. But Mitch Lightfoot always seems to straddle that line very nicely. Lead has been cut in half. It's down to 5.
Well, just that small thing of getting a piece of the paint, getting the ball inside and then kicking it back out, but that's been in halftime warmups.
Teague again. Oh, knocks it down and a foul.
Trying to get something to the basket.
Brown can't shake Butler, but a good cut to the bucket by DeJuan Harris. Stave off Baylor and hang on to this lead.
And an impressive answer when Baylor had made some plays. And Harris.
ESPN.
You could legitimately in the West Coast Conference make the starting lineup for the Zags. The loss of Pepperdine, I know, will be on that team and should be, but you wouldn't get a ton of argument if you made it an all Gonzaga team.
Well, we talked about Maceo Teague being a finalist. One of the
Baylor has been crushed on the glass by Kansas. It's really been remarkable, and that might be the first basket for Jared Butler.
So an All-America candidate, the leading scorer on the team at better than 17 a game, is finally on the score sheet for Butler with his first bucket
and eliminate help.
Around and out for Butler, but the offensive rebound to Teague. Tough one. And it goes. Good on-ball defender.
He puts great pressure on the ball, stays low, and he's so strong. You feel like you might get past him, but he can.
Don't give away all of our secrets. Mitchell disrupting the inbounds play, and then he lays it in at the other end. 41-22.
Baylor switching everything. Kansas using that almost Illinois type alignment where it's all receivers eligible.
Of the day, they beat Florida State earlier today, and Bedlam round 2. Oklahoma State in overtime today won the game this afternoon
to take a contested 3.
Baylor now shooting 36% in the game.
By David McCormick wiping that shot away and pitching it out of bounds. Got another one. It's just because of the free year of eligibility, but if this is the end of his Allen Fieldhouse career, what a way to end it.
A big night for the Jayhawks. Baylor loses for the first time all season. That means there is only one unbeaten team in college basketball, and they're coming up right now. The Zags are hosting Loyola Marymount.